How long was you? Because like I said, man knew about you before Straight Rhymes, but like I'm trying to figure out like how long was you actually rapping before you actually blew up?
Also, I was dropping shit with Samurai in that like 2016, 17s, wasn't I?
Yeah, I feel like that's actually like a lot of people's introduction to you, innit? Like, we're talking locally anyway.
Probably. I done a tune. Do you know what happened? Yeah, I've said this story bare times, but I was just pissed one day on it. I was drunk one day on a party. Started spitting bars, but I never heard myself spit bars before. Like I never heard myself back because I never recorded nothing.
Okay.
So my boy just started recording me, so I could hear it back. Done the thing, whatever. Anyway, next minute the video was on Facebook. My boy posted it on Facebook. I was fuming. Thought everyone was gonna start slagging me off and that. And then I went to school the next day, or whatever, a couple of days after, and like some like girls was coming up to me like giving me, you know, back when earphones had the wires and that. You don't even know about that because you're like.
Earphone wires, bro. I've got earphone wires in my pouch right now, bro.
Girls was coming up, taking one earphone out, putting the earphone in my ear, and it was that video. They was listening to my thing, so I'm thinking, rah, I'm mad. So after that, I'm like, right, let's go. Do you get me?
You know? But what? You see when you actually started like releasing music, was your first song with Samurai?
Nah, my first song, it was just freestyles, but my first actual song that I recorded was in Samurai's bedroom.
No way.
Yeah, don't say pause or anything like that.
No.
Right, sweet. But he weren't on it, but it went on his SoundCloud.
Okay,
he had a SoundCloud already.
He had motion back in the day, though.
Yeah, come on, that's my dog.
Yeah, serious motion. So you got some relationship, you and Samurai, was that a thing where you just grew up together?
Basically, we didn't grow up together like early years, like not super young. Obviously, we just bumped into each other at school a couple of times. It was like, yeah, love, whatever. Yeah. And then it was like more of an after school thing. You get me?
What was he like them times there? Cause I can't like he had like man.
You never met him. You never met him, innit?
Never met him, bro. I was a kid when he got birded, bro.
I swear you have Mars now. You never met him, no.
Bro, I was a kid when he got birded, bro. I was devastated, fam.
Was you devastated?
Devastated, bro. He was too hard, bro. He had to sit in a chokehold, bro. I can't lie to you, fam.
He was the GOAT. He would have blew up.
100%, bro.
He would have been the first to blow up.
He was on the verge. He was literally on the verge.
Sorry.
But what was he like, though? What was it like being around him, though?
It's just like, I remember one time I went to go and have a fight with someone, yeah. And I was shitting myself. I weren't shitting myself, but I was like, it's a bit heavy, this. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you get that feeling when you're about to have a scrap. You know, that little one extra breath. Like, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to do this? Cool, this is happening now. We're about to get it cracking. And I remember like Sam and Nat pulled up, and I was just like, right, I'm all right now. You get what I mean? Relief. Just like, yeah, cause not even like on some shit like that. Also on some shit like, I know them man have got me. Do you get what I mean? It was like that. Do you get what I mean? Because I weren't them man's age. I didn't like fully chill with them man. Like I had set man who I chilled with from school and that.
But definitely ahead of his time, innit? Musically.
Yeah, do you know what, bro? Man don't even know about Samurai. He like, even like on a separate thing, like man was actually like, a sick musician.
Bro, he was too cold.
Samurai go sing an Afrobeat song and then go spit on some like
drill,
ancient ass rap beat that you've never, you know what I mean? And then go bury the drill thing. It's mad. He's a madman.
Yeah, nah, kind of. It was cool still, but at least you carried the torch anyway, bro.
Yeah, come on.
Carried the torch. That's the main thing.
And even like big up Samurai, even like man wouldn't have even probably like been carrying the 4 thing so much.
Yeah.
If it weren't for my man as well. You get what I mean? Obviously, this ain't the 4 ain't no Enzy shit.
That's what I was gonna say.
In terms of the album, no, not like that. You get me? But like even just that number, even being a thing, you get me?
Now, I feel like you man and Jen put that M40 on the map.
Yeah, hundo.
You made that thing.
100.
Made that thing to be like from them sides. You made that thing therefore. Cause before you man, it was just a South Manny thing.
It was just a South Manny thing.
South Manny thing, but then you man kind of, you get me?
It was shifted, a South Manny thing, definitely.
Therefore, but yeah, you said that you was rapping, is taking the piss, doing freestyles and that before this. So like, was there like a moment that actually shifted you and thought, yo, I'm gonna take music seriously now, or were you still pissing about until you blew?
You know what? I signed a deal, yeah. And I remember I didn't have no money in my bank account. My bank account had 0 in it, yeah.
Like actual 0.
Yeah, like actually like 0 on the dot, yeah.
And what year is this we're talking?
2018.
Wow.
Yeah. And then woke up one day after like a couple weeks or months, whatever, after I signed this deal for my EP, and my bank account said 30 grand on the dot, and I was like, yeah, it's fucking no time. Went to Selfridges, and fucking went in Hugo Boss and Armani. Just went mad in there, yo. Felt like them man.
And that's sick though, man.
Do you know what I mean?
That 30 bags at 18, that's not a joke, chat. That's not a joke at all.
Yeah,
still.
it went mad from there. It went mad.
I can imagine. Therefore, didn't go back to zero ever again.
I fucking hope not.
I can therefore imagine still.
Do you know what I mean?
What was the freestyle with the red jacket on?
Say that again.
When you put the red jacket on?
That was the second one.
I remember.
Yeah, that was when I got gassed after that. I was like, oh yeah, I can do it now. Let me put the red jacket on and see. You know what I mean?
You're like someone's garden or something.
Do you know where I am? Do you know where that first video that I ever put out? Yeah.
What's
I
it
swear,
called?
nah, don't ever in your life, bro, because I'll have to walk out of the room.
Oh.
Fucking. So I'm not telling you what it's fucking called, but it was on. It was in Failsworth actually. Done it in Failsworth. Pedalled the bike down to Failsworth. We used to chill on some
I
park
said
in
that in a
Failsworth.
bar something, but I used to ride my bike down to Phil.
Yeah,
I think it's straight
I
round,
think it's
isn't
on
it?
that. Yeah.
What was I gonna say again? The freestyle that I remember was the one you had the Gucci bag on. You remember that one? You had the Gucci bag on, and you was like, you do like a story time about when someone tried to take your bag or something like that.
Oh yeah,
And
nah, that was with Samurai.
Yeah, I remember that. You remember that one?
Something about Market Street.
Yeah, I remember that one. That one that was like that was like, bro, I remember that one.
Yeah, that
still.
was fucked.
That was legendary still. That one is actually legendary, bro. I can't lie, fam.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was with Samurai. That was in Newton Heath.
But boom, how was your upbringing though? Like a childhood, man.
Sick, bro. You get me? Fucking. I loved it, bro. If I could press a button right now and go there again, I'd do it instantly.
So where was it? Was it Moston or Newton Heath that it was growing up in?
Man, Moston and New Moston. I lived in Moston, young, like super young, for a couple of years, and then moved to New Moston. It's the same thing. But if you want to get specific,
Like, what was them sides there like back in the day, though? Like when you was younger.
obviously it's home innit. You don't even know nothing. You know what I mean? That's just what you know innit. But it was sick, bro. You get me? I was just always on my bike and that. You get me? Kids aren't outside and that anymore, are they? Too much.
Yeah, but I don't get
I feel
that.
like, but
I don't know where they
so
are.
when you explain this to people what you done back in the day, it sounds mad.
Like we should knock on each other's doors.
Yeah,
and that,
yeah.
and
Man
they
just used to
think-
knock on for man or whatever, but even after that, man just used to go. I'll be really and truly, man just used to go to the park and do nothing.
do nothing.
But it was fucking lit.
It was lit still.
Do you know what I mean? Where did you grow up?
I was born in Dublin, in Ireland,
But when did you move to Manor?
like 015.
Oh, swear
When I was
down.
12 still. Yeah, man.
No way you moved to Manor in 015.
When I was 12, bro. That's what I feel. But obviously, where you're from, you would have noticed that a lot of us moved over around them times there. Especially Moston. Bare
Bear
Nigerians.
man. Bear man, yeah.
Between like 013 and 016, Moston could turn into Lagos. Bro.
Yeah.
Like within like 2-3 years, bro. Literally, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. It must have been mad. It must have been mad for you to witness it still.